What's up, everybody? How we doing tonight? All right. So, here is our lists for tonight, and here's what we're going to do. So, still have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 duck race spots available. If anybody wants in on the duck race, just last second, let me know. Otherwise, we're going to just go ahead and roll with what we got. Just trying to pull this up real quick. There we go. So down to Linus Lundqvist. I was trying to figure out where I made my cutoff for the filler. Linus Lundqvist was the cutoff. Yeah, everything's good here, Todd. So here's how we're going to do this. Obviously, we've got our list and the filler spots. We've got 5 filler spots left. So the way I'm going to do it is we're going to do our filler. And if it lands on, so 6, 8, 17, 20, 21 went unclaimed. If it lands on any of those, then we're just going to re-race until we get a winner, basically. Because I'm not going to keep the spots. I want to reward the 20 people that took spots in the duck race. And so we're just going to run it until we get a winner, essentially. Easy explanation, I think. I don't think there's much to explain on that. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. So, all right. Let me get that set up like so. And we need 25. 25, please, not 26. Thank you. All right, good luck to everybody. We'll shuffle them up. And we'll get this thing on. Good luck. Good luck. So we're looking for the top two winners, actually. I forgot when I said if we get a winner, we need top 2. So if in the event that we get one winner and one dead spot, then we'll rerun it for the second, or vice versa, or whatever. So we're just gonna run the duck race until we have both spots taken, essentially. Hopefully we can do it in one shot and don't have to do it at any extras. But We got 15 and maybe 13. 15 was a clear winner. Yeah, 15 and 13. So that means we don't have to run it again, thank goodness. Saves us from having to do that. 15 is first place, and that is Tim Mays. Second place is number 13 and Storm Ghost. All right. So that makes that super easy. So Tim Mays will get the unclaimed drivers all the way down to Linus Lundqvist. And then Storm Ghost will get the unclaimed drivers from Lockie Hughes all the way on down to Tom Blomqvist. So that makes it real easy. Again, I appreciate everybody who participated, jumped in, whether it was in the duck race or just, grabbed a spot. And we're going to get this show on the road. So, good luck to everybody. Can't cut real deep into these because we do have those jumbo cards, the big, I don't know what you call them, oversized cards, top and bottom. Welcome to Thermal. And we'll kind of do this Donruss style. In the bottom, we got David Malukas. Again, I got enough of these. We'll do one more, and then probably going to save the other 4 for a later time, maybe closer to the end of the season, and we'll do one towards the end of the season. But we'll probably save the other 4 for another time. But next week we'll do the other break that I had planned for this, and then we'll kind of just chill out on IndyCar for a bit. I know there's been a lot of other people breaking it, and so, like I said, we'll do one more, and then we'll kind of just chill out on it for a while. Here we go. I'm not going to spend a bunch of time on the base cards. Joseph Newgarden. Got the checkered flag Scott Dixon. Augustin Canapino out of 99 on the blue. That is an unlisted driver, and we'll go to Storm Ghost with the unlisted spot. .30 career wins. I didn't realize Newgarden had that many wins. I really didn't. Fittipaldi checkered flag. There's one of our triples. Pato O'Ward checkered flag. Castro Neves helmet hardware. Triple Award, Newgarden, and Dixon. I did message Parkside about the checklist having Larson and Deegan autographs on it, and then when the product has come out, obviously now they don't. Niels Coolin, promising prospect. Going to Storm Ghost. And anyways, they did email me back and basically was kind of like, what do you think we should do about it? To make things right. I've kind of had an open dialogue with them, and like I explained to them, I don't really know that there's anything they can do at this point, like it is what it is. But it was more so for me, I just wanted them to understand that, hey, you shouldn't put a checklist out until you know that you got the drivers. So, like I said, it was more so just to communicate to them how I and I think we all are feeling about the ordeal. Not that it's the end of the world, but, you put two names that a lot of people are going to be intrigued by in it, and then you don't have them. It's a bummer. So, Ed Carpenter debut. Christian Lundgaard checkered flag. Rossi going to Sam. I like these a lot. The beneath the bucket cards. I think those are cool. Very, self-portrait-y. Triple Pillow. Callum. The checkered flag. And another out of 99. Jack Harvey. Blue out of 99. Goes to Tim Mays through the filler. Triple. I think I got some stuff upside down there. Callum. Checkered flag. And big auto. Scott Dixon. Going to Mark Springer. With the signature series. That one is not numbered, but obviously, nice autograph. Congrats, Mark. Very nice. Again, super nice that they're on-card autos, too. Larson. Linus Lundqvist, checkered flag. And another autograph. Callum. Callum went unclaimed through the filler and goes to Tim Mays. So a filler hit. Another signature series. Two quick autographs. If I just lay them the way I want to pick them up, it'd make it much easier, wouldn't it? All right, second half of box 1. Rinus VK. Ooh, this is different. I don't think we've seen one of these before. What is this? Willpower Connor Daly. Are those minis? Beechwood brand. They're minis. Interesting. I hate to separate it. We might have to just do a random at the end for that. Connor Daly, let's just see. Connor Daly is Ronnie Stone. Willpower is Gary Galligan. Gary and Ronnie, you guys give me your opinions on what you think we should do. I mean, it's perforated like it's supposed to be, like they should be separated. But I don't know if you guys want me to do that. So you guys tell me. If either of you are watching and have an opinion on it, let me know. I'm going to put it in a penny sleeve and just kind of lay it here. And we'll kind of just chew on that for a little bit. We've got plenty of time to kind of make a good decision, hopefully, for everybody. That is a new one. Have not seen that before. Colton Herta. Romain Grosjean checkered flag. Canapino hardware. Linus Lundqvist. Willpower. Checkered flag Ryan Hunter-Reay. Random is fine for Ronnie, he says. Okay. Joseph Newgarden. I don't know if we've got Gary watching or not. Sato. Santino Ferrucci. Checkered flag. We're going to have to do a random at the end anyway. Scotty McLaughlin, Joseph Newgarden, and Linus Lundqvist, all on the blue out of 99. McLaughlin is Scott Bastian, Joseph Newgarden, Storm Ghost, Rico, and Linus Lundqvist is Tim Mays through the filler. So we'll probably just do randoms. Gary says maybe random, I really don't know. Well, if you and Ronnie are both leaning random, then let's do that, because to me it seems cooler to keep it together than to split it apart. So if you guys are both kind of leaning that way, and you both are the ones that have a stake in it, then I am perfectly fine to do that. Like I said, you got some time if you guys want to talk it out, or I don't think it's a big card. But I don't think we've seen any, so they got to be pretty cool. Ryan Hunter-Reay. But I didn't want to just be like, oh, let's rip this in half, like Scott Dixon checkered flag. And see, there's our own Scott Dixon saying those are tough pulls. So, Jacob Abel. I'll go to Storm Ghost in the unlisted spot. But yeah, if you're both leaning towards random, then let's do that. Dixon. Canapino. Checkered flag. There's the drivers to your cars. Scott Dixon. Goes to Mark Springer. All right, then that's random it is. That's what we're going to do. Alexander Rossi. Herta, Pillow, and Rossi. Award, Newgarden, McLaughlin. Pelot checkered flag. They're considered an SP. Okay, cool. I figured they had to be fairly significant because we haven't seen any yet. So, triple Rossi, checkered flag. Fittipaldi, Larson. Catherine Legg. Checkered flag. Award Newgarden and Scott Dixon. So we're probably going to have a couple of randoms to do. Award Herta Newgarden. Christian Lundgaard. Checkered flag. And Marcus Armstrong, 66 of 75. Marcus Armstrong with the Signature Series numbered. Going to Storm Ghost through the filler. Another that went unclaimed. So 2 of the 3 autos went to unclaimed drivers. Interesting indeed. Felix Rosenquist. All right, box 2. We've got Indianapolis Motor Speedway Road Course. And then on the bottom, Rinus VK. I'd like to get a giant postcard of Indy 500. That would be cool to have. A red hot pack tonight. Are the packs actually red, Scott? Like, is the outside of the pack legitimately red? I know I've heard of that. There's red packs that say hit pack, usually have 6 to 8 autos in them. Oh, that's wild. Award Herta Newgarden. That would be cool for sure. Hot pack, okay. Grosjean checkered flag. Yeah, that would be cool for sure. Hunter Ray. Another triple. Santino Ferrucci, checkered flag. Jordan Missig, promising prospect, goes to Storm Ghost. Triple. Graham Rahal, checkered flag. Yeah, that would be sweet. Hunter McElray, 7 out of 25. Got a short print. He also went unclaimed and goes through the filler to Tim Mays. So 3 of 4 autos went to drivers that went unclaimed so far. Just goes to show. Just goes to show. Don't sleep on the guys that haven't been claimed. We're going to put the short print up there. Maybe take a flyer on a driver you're not familiar with. You just never know. Scotty Mack, checkered flag. Newgarden, helmet hardware. There's a lot of these triples. A lot. Checkered flag, award, Newgarden, McLaughlin. We'll probably do those just like we did last time and just do left, right, middle. And then just give them all to that spot. However that, pans out. Instead of doing all these different randoms. Herta Dixon Pillow, checkered flag. Yeah, that's cool. I noticed that too, that everybody else is in fine point and Hunter is not. Kind of a Tanner Gray move. Rinus VK, blue out of 99, unclaimed, goes to Storm Ghost through the filler. It's kind of been the story of the night so far. The fillers are crushing it tonight. Rossi. Another triple. Willpower, Scotty Mack, and Linus Lundqvist, checkered flag. Stingray going to Paul. Yeah, there really is. And that would probably I think they could par back just all the base, honestly. They could probably do about this is how many packs should come in a box, honestly. Give us the same number of parallels and just give us half amount as much as base, because there's not that many drivers on the checklist. I mean, they're trying, and I applaud them for trying. Catherine Legg. But we don't need that many base cards for a 50 or 60 driver checklist or whatever it is. Willpower, Alex Pillow, Christian Lundgaard. Indy. Larson Pit Pass. Helio Castroneves, checkered flag. And then we got Christian Rasmussen on the ink. He's going to go to Chris Bonnet. Nice hit, Chris. Christian Rasmussen. Yeah, having 3 autos is a big plus. Big plus. Yeah, for sure. That's why I applaud them for having somebody that actually communicated back to me when I complained about the Larson and Deegan thing, and I'm not like, that's why I'm trying to not ride them real hard about it, I think, do I disagree with the move? Yeah. Do I still think it's a good product? Yeah, absolutely. And it might have just been an honest mistake, but like I said, I aired my grievance on our behalf, and like I said, really told them, I said, it was more of just, hey, don't put a checklist out until you know what you got, like, type of thing. And that was really all I wanted to get across, and I've done that, and I don't think there's anything else to really deal with at this point with them, but it was good that they responded and were communicating, and I think that's great. So Rossi checkered flag, helmet hardware Rhinus VK, Callum checkered flag, Newgarden debut, Rasmussen checkered flag, and we got the Team Meyer-Shank Racing blue out of 99. That goes to Storm Ghost. Scotty Mack checkered flag. Joseph Newgarden going to Storm Ghost. Beneath the bucket. I think those beneath the bucket cards would be really cool if you're able to have access to a driver and get autographs. Those would be really cool to have an on card, in-person auto on. Marco Andretti. Stingray, checkered flag. Drivers to your cars. Pato Award. Going to Gary. We see about 1 per box on those. That's what we've been averaging. Award McLaughlin. Newgarden. Takuma Sato. Checkered flag. Another triple. By the time you get this far into the break, you're like, another triple, another triple, another triple. Theo, checkered flag. That's a sick-looking helmet. Christian Rasmussen. That's sweet looking. Toby Sowery. Checkered flag. The Vroom is a case hit. David Malukas goes to Steve Teskey. Blue out of 99. I don't hate the word as long as that you know every case is going to get a case hit. You know what I mean? Like that's where I always VK. Oh, we got Rossi going to Sam. Yeah, I haven't seen one of those yet. Ryan Hunter-Ray. Hunter McElroy. Checkered flag. And another Marcus Armstrong auto. So 2 Marcus Armstrong autographs going to Storm Ghost through the filler. The daily double, and they're different cards. That'll do it for that one. All right, let me just kind of regroup and move some stuff out of the way here real quick. Because it all tends to build up if you don't kind of collect yourself, so to speak. All right. Get smart about this. Oh, that's cool. Mid-Ohio. That's very cool. And we got Spider-Man on the bottom. Elio Castroneves. Those of you that have already received your cards, if you got a jumbo, you'll know what I mean. I just had to use what I had here for these jumbos because I don't really have supplies for them necessarily. But I did what I could with what I had. And I think it worked out all right. Basically, I shipped them in like a large semi-rigid. So think of it like a semi-rigid that you'd see for grading. I have a pack of like the jumbo version of that. And those fit in quite perfectly. So has anyone seen any, those of you that have been watching breaks and more involved in this product, has anybody seen any jumbo cards autographed? Because that would be interesting to see. Maybe they didn't do that, but it would be cool if they did. Catherine Legg, Will Power, another Will Power. Then we got another blue. Kyle Kirkwood, Colton Herta, and Scott Dixon out of 99. We'll add that to the random stack. Harvey. Colton Herta. Tom Blomqvist, checkered flag. Pato O'Ward. Going to go to Gary. Will Power debut. Tristan Vaudier. Checkered flag. Helmet Hardware, Catherine Legg. Takuma Sato, checkered flag. And Pietro Fittipaldi with the auto. He used a thicker Sharpie too. Another one for the filler and Storm Ghost. Another driver that went unclaimed. Fittipaldi. He's got an interesting signature too. That's very interesting. You guys remember, anybody remember back a while back when Prince became the artist formerly known as Prince, and then Prince was like, oh, I'm not going to be that anymore. I'm going to be just this symbol. His signature reminds me of the symbol that Prince used to call himself. Oddly enough. There's your weird thought for the day. Sato. Boy, this box has been heavy on Will Power. Checkered flag. Ryan Hunter-Ray debut. Newgarden. Drinking the milk. Helmet Hardware, Kyle Kirkwood. Connor Daly. Scott Dixon. Newgarden again. Colton Herta blue out of 99. Goes to Tim Mays. Triple. We got Alex Pillow, checkered flag. And Ed Carpenter. Another one. Filler driver going to Tim Mays. With the Beneath the Bucket. Lundgaard. Theo, checkered flag. Boy, I said it was a Will Power box. I guess we weren't lying. 61 out of 75. Will Power goes to Gary. Nice one, Gary. We'll swap Hunter out for that. All right. I do have the schedule posted for this week. No break tomorrow. Or do I have a break scheduled tomorrow? I think I do have a break scheduled tomorrow. I have a break scheduled tomorrow. I don't have a break scheduled on Thursday, is what it is. Anyway, here nor there. My point of what I'm trying to say is, if you look at the schedule on Friday, I have a break scheduled for Friday. There is a chance, if the weather cooperates, there's a chance that I may go to the races Friday night. And if that happens, then we're going to move Friday's break to Thursday. So I will make a decision by Thursday, one way or another. But the races that I'd be going to is a little bit away. It's about 2 hours and 15 minutes away. Attica for the start of Ohio Sprint Speed Week on Friday night. And I'd love to go. But right now they were showing like 40% chance of rain. So that's like, man, that's like super borderline for me to want to drive that far. I just need the forecast to go one way or the other a little bit to make a decision. So, as far as the break schedule is concerned, just kind of stay tuned. And I'm sure I'll know a little bit more tomorrow as well. But there's a chance that we may end up moving Friday's break to Thursday. Chip Ganassi Racing checkered flag. So you're telling me there's a chance. Lundqvist. That's sweet. Jack Harvey pit pass. Ed Carpenter. Another triple. Then we got Stingray. Checkered flag. And the autograph, Scott McLaughlin. Nice auto going to Scott Bastian. So we got probably the two best Scotts from IndyCar as far as autographs are concerned, in Scotty Mack and Scotty Dixon. We'll swap out Will Power for that one. SVK. Checkered flag, Will Power. Jonathan Brown, promising prospect. Goes to Storm Ghost. Checkered flag for Team Chevrolet. We don't have a bunch of people watching tonight, but those of you that are watching, what do you guys think of Dodge coming back, Ram coming back to the trucks? You know me, I'm a Ram guy, so I'm excited. I own a Ram. So I am pumped about that. I've made the decision. I'm going to have to, whoever goes with Ram, I'm going to have to pick a driver and follow the trucks specifically for that reason. So it's going to give me a reason to watch. Oh, that's cool. Lexington, Ohio. Very cool. Triple. Kyle Larson checkered flag. Who's got Larson? Dale Herman has Larson. And then we got a blue Ryan Hunter-Ray out of 99 going to Steve Teske. Anything fun in the trucks here? Yeah, for sure. I don't even care if they come back to NASCAR as far as Cup. I think eventually that's what their plan will be, because it doesn't really make sense to only get into trucks, in my opinion. But Even if that's all they do, I'm pumped about that. Linus Lundqvist. Yeah, I am with the same enunciation, Scott. I am very interested as to who's going to go Ram. Stingray. You know, it seems like it's always the first year or two when a new manufacturer comes in, it's always a bit of a struggle, if you will. I don't know if that'll be the case with Ram or not. Luca, checkered flag. Oh, interesting. Colton Herta, 1 out of 100. Is that... It's not signed too, is it? But that's legit got the zipper in it. Somebody that's seen these before is going to have to tell me if that's an autograph or not. It certainly looks like it could be. But that's a zipper. That is sweet. Colton Herta going to Tim Mays. That's awesome. Maybe that's not an autograph. Maybe that's just facsimile behind it. And the reason I say that is, so on the signature series, it says this is an authentic autograph, blah, 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 blah. On the back of this card, not to keep handling it, but it says, IndyCar guarantees the authenticity of this artifact. And it doesn't mention autograph at all. So, I think that's facsimile, but still, really sick. We're going to put that in a mag. That's cool. Colton Herta going to Tim Mays. I knew they had relics. I just hadn't seen any yet, and I didn't realize they would be that cool. Check that out, man. We're going to move Scott Dixon because he's been on the stand for quite a while. I mean, that's legit like a jumbo prime patch, in my opinion. Now, not a 101, but super cool. $200 minimum on eBay, Scott Dixon says. So that's a big card. Big hit. Congrats, Tim. Well, that tape wasn't even taped. Could have just peeled it off. Oh, well. We got Laguna. I like that it has the dates. I think that's cool. They did a really good job with that relic. And if a lot of the other relics are similar, that's really cool. Christian Lundgaard. Yeah, the oil stain. Exactly. I kind of wondered if it was... I half wondered if it could be blood. You know, dry blood. But oil stain would make more sense. We'll go with oil stain. the jumbo sign. Yeah, that would be cool. I have a Tony Stewart Prime Jumbo, Scott, that's autographed. That's pretty sweet. Trash can overfloweth. All right. Last box. Ryan Hunter-Reay. Kyle Larson, drivers to your cars. Going to Dale. We got Santino Ferrucci on the checkered flag. And we got a black out of 10 triple. Colton Herta, Alex Palou, Alexander Rossi. So Herta is Tim Mays, Alex Palou, Storm Ghost, Alexander Rossi, Sam. So we've got a 3-person, no 2/3 majority, unfortunately. Fortunately or unfortunately, however you want to look at it. But no 2/3 majority on this one. So let me get a mag for that. We'll get it put away and then... I don't love these mags that you use the penny sleeves in. Just because they're a little tougher to line up correctly. You got to be really careful. I mean, really careful. There we go. So we'll do that one along with the others. Add it to the random pile. Triple. Luca. Checkered flag. How about your Indy 500 winner, Alex Palou? On-card auto going to Storm Ghost. That doesn't suck at all. Congrats, Storm Ghost. Palou. Very nice. It is a really good product. Like I said, I know we kind of beat the dead horse about the auto thing, and I'm going to leave that alone now. But it is a good product. It really is. Scott McLaughlin, checkered flag. Marcus Ericsson. Another triple. Triple checkered flag. Award, Newgarden, and McLaughlin. Honda top 7 sweep. That's cool. Herta Dixon Pillow checkered flag. Here's the Portland card. We had the postcard version of that last time. Power, McLaughlin, and Lundquist. Yeah, I would agree. Big jump. They definitely made a big jump from year 1 to year 2 in overall quality and design and execution. They definitely took a big step forward in that respect. And I also agree with Billy Joe that it would be cool to see some more legends incorporated. Now, the slippery slope, I'm sure, is with legends, like, I'm sure you're paying an extraordinary amount of money for some of them. Willpower, Pillow, Lundgaard. Like, I would love to see AJ Foyt in this, but how much does that make the product price jump to do so? I don't know. It might be worth it too. Newgarden. But that's the slope that you're on for sure when that happens. Award, Newgarden, and Dixon checkered flag. We got the Firestone Firehawk out of 99. Going to Storm Ghost. But I do agree. I would like to see some legends included. Some more legends. That would be cool. Rhinus VK. Checkered flag. Pato Award. Going to Gary. I think we've seen 1 or 2 of these already now. The person I was emailing with, I told him, I said, I think you guys should talk to the World of Outlaws and World Racing Group, because I think there's an opportunity there. If they could put together World of Outlaws racing cards and be under the World Racing Group blanket, they would get World of Outlaw Sprints, World of Outlaw Late Models, and the Super Dirt Car Modified, the big block. They could get all of them in one big blanket. And it would be great advertising. Dirt drivers already sign a ton, so I don't think they would charge an arm and a leg for autographs. Think of how many different racetracks that they could be sold at. Like if you had them at all the World of Outlaws events, sprints and late models, for example. World of Outlaws sprints, they do about 80 dates. And late models do about 40 to 45. So you're talking almost 120 probably events. That's a lot of tracks in a lot of states. And heck, the sprint cars even go to Canada. So, and ready. That's okay, Scott. That's okay. Gross Gene. Helmet Hardware, Catherine Legg. Triple. Ryan Hunter Ray. No red pack tonight. Maybe it's in one of our other boxes. I got 8 more boxes, but like I said, I was going to save 4 of them for a later time, which I think I'll still do that. I think we'll sit on those for a bit. Let things just chill. Let them marinate. Kyle Kirkwood, checkered flag, but we'll do one more of these next week. Christian Rasmussen goes to Chris Bonnet. I think that's the second one of those of the night, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Got the daily double. That's a duplicate card too. Actually, no. Yeah, duplicate in every sense. Had to double check. Triple. Checkered flag, Santino. Triple. Scott Dixon. We got Kiffin Simpson blue. Going to Mark Springer, number to 99. It would be cool if the cards that are numbered actually had the serial number. But my guess is, this is just me thinking out loud, I wonder if it's cheaper for them printing-wise if they just do that than to individually print a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5. You know what I mean? Like, just thinking the how that would be printed and set up might be easier to do it the way they're doing it, and thus helping them keep the cost down. I don't know. Triple. Canapino. David Malukas. Going to Steve Teskey. Triple. Plow. Team Penske. Grosjean. Alexander Rossi. Checkered flag. One more triple. Callum. Checkered flag. Miles Rowe, promising prospect. Goes to Storm Ghost. Triple. Linus Lundqvist. Checkered flag. And probably the last auto and hit of the break is going to be Graham Rahal. That's cool. Graham Rahal going to Steve Teskey. Very nice. And that's pretty much going to do it for us. So, I will give you guys a quick recap, and then we will do a couple of randoms. We got one random for a duel, and then we're going to do one random for all the triples, and we're just going to do left, right, middle like we did the last time around, because that seemed to work out well. So let me give you a quick recap of the hits. And if you missed out on this one, like I said, we'll do another one next week. But then next week's will be kind of it for a little while. We'll save the other 4 boxes that I have for later in the year and do something with them later on. But good stuff, good product. Like Scott said, big step forward for them. Graham Rahal, Christian Rasmussen, Scott McLaughlin, Scott Dixon, Will Power out of 75, Hunter McElray out of 25, Fittipaldi, Marcus Armstrong, Christian Rasmussen, Marcus Armstrong to 75, and Callum Allott. I still don't understand or know his pronunciation very well. We got the Alex Palou. And then, of course, the really nasty patch, Colton Herta. That's really cool with the zipper out of 100. Very cool. Was not expecting that cool of a relic for sure. All right. Let me move some things around here. I kind of got stuff everywhere. So the first thing we're going to do the random for is the dual. And it's a dual mini. If you guys missed it earlier, it's actually perforated in the middle, but it's Will Power, Connor Daly, and those are Beechwood brand. I'm assuming that's a subset. I don't know what the en vogue thing is, if people are actually separating them or if they're keeping them together, but for our purpose, we're going to keep it together. And we're going to give it to one person, and then that person can, do whatever they feel is best with it. So my gut tells me the en vogue thing is going to be to keep it together. That's just, anytime you have those like Dare to Rip cards or anything like that, usually it's more en vogue to not rip them than to rip them, or, whatever that thing may be. So, all right, so we got Connor Daly. And Will Power. Connor Daly and Will Power for the duel. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that's going to go to the Connor Daly spot, and that is owned by Ronnie Stone. So Ronnie Stone will get the duel. Let me just make a note of that. I don't want to forget. Not that I can't go back and re-watch the video, but it makes it much easier if I just go ahead and make myself a sticky note and slap it on there, and then I'm good to go. And then the triples, we got quite a few of the checkered flag versions. I'm not going to go through all those individually. But the blues we had Kirkwood, Herta, Dixon, McLaughlin, Newgarden, Lundquist. And then out of 10, black, Herta, Palou, Rossi. And what I'm going to do, just like I did last week with these, is we're just going to do a random for left, right, middle. And it's going to be for all of them. So if it lands on left, then it'll just go to the driver on the left. If it lands on middle, it goes, you guys get the idea. I don't think I have to like spell it out for you. I think you guys get what I'm getting at. I think you're picking up what I'm laying down. So left, right. I should do left, middle, right, because those are the order. It's just easier for me to say left, right, middle. All right. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So it's going to go to the right-hand side. Right-hand side driver on those, which will be Rossi. So Sam will get the out of 10 for Rossi. The blue out of 99, Scott Dixon, will go to Mark Springer. Blue out of 99, Linus Lundqvist, goes to Tim Mays through the filler. And then you've got a whole host of others. You got Scott Dixon, Christian Lundgaard, Linus Lundqvist, Alex Palou, Scott McLaughlin, Christian Lundgaard, Linus Lundqvist, Alex Palou, Scott McLaughlin, Scott Dixon. A lot of the same names, funny enough. So, right side on those. So again, appreciate everybody who supported this one, participated. And again, we'll do one more next week. Spell it out for us 4-year-olds. We'll do one more of these next week, and then we'll save the others for another time. So don't miss next week's for sure. It's a good product. And yeah, and like I said, stay tuned. As far as this week's concerned, we'll do a break tomorrow night, and then we're going to make a decision for Thursday, Friday, based on the weather. We'll do a break on Friday if the weather looks bad. If the weather looks good enough to go racing, then I'm going to go racing. I'd like to go up to Attica and see the races. So, selfishly. So that's what we're going to do. So everybody have a great rest of your night. Actually, it's morning here because it's slightly past midnight now. So have a great morning, and we will see you all next time.